I used to go to shows and along with a few DJs. Shout out to my DJs, my brothers and my sisters out there. MVP, DJ Data, DJ Link. I have to do this because it's gonna be disrespectful if I don't. um, these DJs used to go to shows and they used to play. You might as well say they were part of the event organization. I happened to have been invited in that time to join them. So I got to meet these people. I shook hands with them, and I never spoke musically to them. I was interested in music, but I never approached them on the front of, oh, I'm an artist, this and that and that and that and that. To me, I was just the guy who came with the DJ. I'm hosting now and then.
Okay.
So most of them knew me in that mannerism of, okay, who's this young guy? Like, rah. We know this DJ. We've known him for a long time, but who is he? So along the way, when I got into the whole music thing, and I started working with certain artists who, with God's guidance and blessings, ended up signing to some of them. I went to video shoots and they're like, rah, I remember you. Like, how's the music thing going? So it's like they start talking music with me, and I'm like, no, you know what? How's the family? How's everything else? Because I tend not to dive into certain things because not that I don't want to, but because I know that as I started learning further into the music industry, not a lot of artists want to talk about music when they meet other artists.
Oh, really?
I explain why. Because apart from the names that we've mentioned, I've met certain artists that I've worked with, I've had the privilege of working with. And when I've gone back and talked to them, or they've approached me talking musically, the emotions that they're giving me, it's not the same emotions they had when they first started.
Okay.
They're happy being in the industry, but they're not passionate anymore because of a certain experience that they've gone through, which might be affecting their emotions or their mental health. Okay. Right? But it's not my place, as I said, to open that box until that artist goes, bro, you know what? Thank you for helping me in the beginning. I'm at a place right now. I'm happy with what I've got, but there's something not right with what I've seen or experienced over the past. So until that artist like opens up and says that to me, I'm not the person to go and go, rah, bro, why are you looking miserable? You should be happy.
Yeah, can you shed a little bit?
So for instance, like sometimes when you force people into a corner and you open that black box, you're opening a box full of demons they're not ready for. They've kept that box closed because they, as I said, they don't want to open the door to see what's behind that door. They're afraid. The fear that's behind that door, they don't want to talk about it, right? They might have gone to... I use a friend who works in the fashion industry, for example. He's gone, like, he used to travel around the world, do the whole Milan and all those other places, and his contract during COVID got cut short. So he was looking for a different agency to sign to, right? And I'm not going to mention the clothing lines. It's one of the major big clothing lines. I'm not even going to mention the name. So he happened to have gone to one of their shows and they recognized him. And they said, oh, we got some jobs for you. If you're interested in your agent. At that moment, him and his agent were having a bit of back and forth because the agent wasn't getting him jobs and stuff like that. So he had dropped his agent, right? So he decided to go. He said, okay, cool. Himself. So yeah, he went by himself. They invited him to an after party and they were asking him to do certain things that he had never done before. 15 years of being in the industry, right? Things that he had never done before. I don't want to get into it. It's too gory. Put it that way. It's gory, right? So since then, right, he's had to step away. within that COVID time, stepped away, had to rethink whether he wanted to be a fashion designer himself or still model. So there's always a way out. But then, do you have the funds to back your way out? Are you willing to be your own boss? You can be your own boss if you have the money, which is beautiful. But if you don't have the money and you stop working for the man, that also affects your pocket, where you live, how you eat, how you sleep, and everything else, especially if you haven't got the support around you.
Okay.
Right? So if you haven't got a family support around you to say, okay, you know what, you're not going to be working for a while. You can come back home.
But what about like conscience?
That's what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. So when he was invited to this thing, his conscience said to him, no, this is not what I signed up for. I'd heard of this, but I thought it would never happen to me.
All right.
So when he stepped into that room and he'd seen the stuff that were going on,
Yeah.
that's when he had to walk away from it, because he knew that his mental health was not ready for that.
Okay. I get it now.
You see where I'm coming from, right?
Yeah, no.
So as an artist, sorry, let me fix this up. As an artist or creative, there's a time to take a break to assess your journey.
Okay.
But when you're caught up in the idea of go, there's no pause, you miss out on certain things. You miss out on the time of having a break for yourself. Especially if you're signed to a label.
Yeah.
Because the label has a deadline. You have to meet that deadline. Even as a producer, if you're a producer, if they send you a project to work on, you have to meet the deadline. If you don't, then you're messing with someone else's money. It's no different to being a builder. If I came up to you and said, look, these are the blueprints, I need this building done in 6 months, and in 3 months' time, when I come back 3 months later and you haven't even done the foundations or anything, then you're wasting money. You're wasting a lot of money. You're wasting people, because the staff that I've brought to you to work with, they're all still getting paid, but nothing's been done.
Yeah.
So the pressure falls back on you.
The relationship between the CEOs and the rappers or the
sometimes you will get one or two artists who are close to the CEO if the CEO wants to be in a room, because you're a valuable asset to his label.
So
right?
you don't see.
Not sometimes. Sometimes that's no. Not that they don't see eye to eye. Sometimes you'll get an artist who's valuable to the label, who's the face of the label. The CEO will be there most of the time.
Yeah.
But when the CEO has got 100 artists to deal with, he can't be with every artist. So he finds a representative to work with a group of artists. So let's just say every artist has a manager.
Yeah.
Right? The manager sends a report to the CEO.
This thing is like a clan, isn't it?
It's not a clan. It's a structure. It's the same thing as every industrial structure, bro. There's a man at the top who is a company owner and the CEO. He's got his board members, the financials, the bankers, whatever.
So what you're saying is that you have to have the balls to step out if you want to do your own thing.
You have to. Now, you mentioned Akala, and there's a few names that I mentioned as well. These people at some point had to educate themselves about what the industry really was about. And they did that. Now they are out there mentoring, doing whatever, talking to other young people about how to get into certain industries, how to build for yourself, and all these other stuff. Some artists are not into it for that. They're into it for the idea of, I want my money.
Yeah.
I want to be famous.
Yeah.
I want to be known.
Yeah.
I want to be seen 24/7 on the TV.
Yeah.
I want the big mansions.
Yeah.
So that's the mentality some of them have. Not saying it's a bad thing, but based on your experience, your past experience, maybe you've never had it before. Maybe as a young person growing up, you've always been looked down on. So any opportunity for you to escape, you want to escape.
Yeah.
Right? So there's no harm in having long money. But is that gonna make you happy?
Yeah, most especially, you know, with the likes of social media that has pushed it anyway. Well, I think it's good and bad because social media puts you in that
frame. Yeah.
To
push you in that frame.
Yeah.
Be you.
But at the same time, if you look at it like, okay, I have to be famous with this social media.
Yeah.
I think that's a lot. It's a lot of artists that, you know.
It's a lot of work if you, as an individual or indie artist, there's a lot of work to put in to build your own social media awareness or platform. It's a lot of work. When you sign to a label, they've already got people who are going to be dealing with your platform for you.
Yeah.
Which takes the workload off you.
Right?
They know exactly who to send, which publicist to send, whatever to.
Your work.
Yeah, your work to, right? But being an indie, if you've got the money, as I say, you've got the funds, then you can pay $3,000 or $2,000 or $4,000
like
to
that.
have your billboard placed in every part of London for your project.
Like that. Yeah.
You're good. Right? You're good. Not good in not being cheeky with the good, but as in you're savvy. Your mind's open. You're financially intuitive.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Let's talk about you now. I know you.
Why me? Yeah.
I know you're. I see you like a project manager.
Oh gosh.
You do this one. I see you with this one. I do that one.
I'm everywhere.
Yeah. What's happening?
I'm a jack of all trades. But sometimes when you've got your hands in a lot of stuff, you can sometimes forget the important things. And I say that not because I don't want to talk about it. I say that because I feel that if I had focused on one thing and one thing only, I'd probably be better off. But when I look at the bigger picture, right, having my hands in so many pots and so many things, I've met some great people. I've met some awesome and amazing people, like from artists to songwriters to producers to other indie label owners and to other creators, other like dancers, fashion designers, models. I've met so many people, right? And when I interact with these people, I don't talk about industry.
Okay.
How's life? How's things? Like, what are you doing today? How's work? Conversations that bring people together. Because sometimes when you talk more about the industry, it pushes people away. Because already they've got their issues that they're dealing with concerning such industry. So I was like, oh, I've left work. Why am I coming to talk about work? But going back to me, I've done a lot. And in doing so, I've gained certain experiences which has taught me that each industry, or no matter what industry the person's in, it's not easy. Like if you're becoming a graphic designer, takes years. It takes a lot of work and dedication. If you're gonna be a videographer, it takes patience.
Yeah.
Right? If you're gonna be a producer or a sound engineer sitting in the studio behind the decks recording someone else or an artist who doesn't know what they're doing, it takes a lot of patience. Right?
So like me now, I focus on YouTube and I look at you guys. Oh man, you guys going like.
But you know what the crazy thing is? It's like you're not jealous. There's a difference. You're seeing it as inspiration.
Yeah.
And now you're trying to build your own, right? Now, there are some people who hate the idea. These are the trolls, right? Who have never built anything in their life, have no social media presence, have never sat down and gone, "Ooh, I'm going to build a channel. I'm going to plan this, plan that, plan this, plan that, plan that, plan that," and carried on. No matter what people said, carried on.
Yeah.
Now, this is like, every time I look back, I look at Grime Daily, I look at SBTV, I look at all these people, right? I remember when Grime Daily started, like, it was crazy. Most of them might not even remember me. They were yay high, and they were starting to shoot around Lewisham. They were coming up to me. "Oh, can I borrow a camera? Can I do this?" Like, certain people were working. They were young kids when they started, right? And if they had given up based on what people were saying about them, would they be where they are now? No, right? But then you have as I said, you've got the trolls who don't see the value of what you're doing.
Yeah.
But as a creative, your value is what's going to keep you up there. If you don't value what you do, you're going to shut down quick. That being said, with me, as I said, hands are many pots. I'm still not giving up.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah. You still do
This is still going to go. It's still going to carry on.
Yeah.
This is still going to carry on.
I think that one now, even if you're going to give or you're going to like sell the brand, it's going to
have a high end value because I've put in a lot of work. Right? A farmer can't just put the seeds in the ground and just sell it off to someone without knowing what's coming out of it.
Yeah.
Because by the time let's just say I put the seed in the ground and just I turn around 2 weeks later and I see loads of crops growing on it. I can't come back to the person and say, "Oh,
yeah,
no, you cheated me."
What's the special? The name?
Because you never had patience.
Yeah.
The other person saw the value in what you were doing.
Yeah.
But you didn't.
Yeah. All right. What's happening with elevation?
There's an elevation. Oh gosh. What you mean? My music thing. Okay. I didn't want to touch up on this. It's still going.
Yeah. Okay.
It's still going. That's all I can say. There's a lot of work that's.
I saw your work with let reach. What's it?
Right.
No, it was a single.
It was a single. I think
Dalpa.
No, it was no. It wasn't a single. It was one of those freestyle thing. It wasn't really a single.
Oh, is it?
It was a thing that they put on social media where they get different artists to show. Sorry, let me just fix this. It's still my head in. Right, perfectionist syndrome. Right. It's one of those things where they like artists are given opportunities to express themselves on another artist's project or beat or sample, and I felt like, you know what, once in a while I do that.
Oh.
As a means of reminding myself on.
So you're gonna give a freestyle?
No, I'm not doing no freestyle. That is gonna cost you money.
Is it?
We're not doing that, right? We're not doing that. That's not happening.
guys.
That's
You say,
no.
oh,
That's the
it's going to
value.
cost us.
That is the value of
money.
things, right? This is what I was telling you. It's value. It's value because I say this because I was what was it? Somewhere June. I was watching one of these street interviews on YouTube, and someone approached someone and asked them to drop their hottest bars, and they dropped certain bars. I knew that those bars were familiar, right? And crazy thing is, as the weeks went on, it clicked. It came into my head. I was like, oh, okay, I've heard those bars before. They belong to someone who, at some point, approached me and asked me for a beat. Right, but I was trying to put the name to it, and then in that same week, that same person popped up on my Facebook and went and put up a video stating that the person has plagiarized their lyrics. So this person has taken this person's old lyrics from A to Z and spat it and is famous on the social media platform. Right? So this is the reason why I'm saying I can't just keep giving anything out for free anymore. Bro. Next thing you know, someone's making millions of my bars. No, it's not happening. It's not happening, right? So yeah, everything so far, as I said, I've learned to understand the importance of copyright. And only if you own your masters, you gotta make sure it's tightly copywritten.
All right.
That being said, don't cut me off.
Now this one, yes, definitely our own copyright. This one,
definitely. Like that being said, like if you're an independent artist that's up and coming, you might think this is a joke, but get yourself your PRS, sort it out. It's very important. With your PRS, you can negotiate anything on the table. If someone were to approach you and ask you to jump on a track, even if they're not willing to pay you or they don't have the funds to pay you then.
But is that for musicians or...
Musicians, yeah, it's for musicians.
Okay.
For musicians. As a writer as well. You can still have, if you're a music writer. Yeah. So there's levels to this. There's a rapper who goes on the mic, and there's a writer who writes the songs. Or you can be the rapper and the writer who writes the things together, right? You can be either, right? Okay. But it's very important you have it, because if you're not being paid, if you're not getting a paid session is when, let's just say you're a singer, right? And I call you and go, bro, I've paid for the studio. I've heard your stuff. I'm going to pay for your transportation. When you get here, I'll pay you £50 or £100 for you to just sing something I've written. So you're still getting paid either way, right? But if you wrote, if I send you the beat, I said, I love what you do. You sing very well. I love your vocals. Can you write a chorus to this? Right? But I'm still going to pay for the studio time. When you get here, I pay £50. If you have your PRS, you can come in and go, bro, I'm loving the way this is turning out. Is there any way we can come to another agreement where you give me 10% off the PRS?
Okay.
And you, when you're registering the track, you put my name in there, you allocate 10% to me. So if that track is registered for 10 years, right, and ends up in the music pool and it's being played, even on YouTube, whatever, so on and so forth, right?
Not just the
anyway
initial.
No, it doesn't have to be on the mainstream. Nowadays, people make music off Spotify. So even if I put it on Spotify for 10 years and people are still playing it, right? When PRS starts collecting the money all across the world, you automatically get your 10% sent to your bank account.
Yeah.
I get what I need. So those are the ways you can negotiate if you have your PRS as an artist. Also, if a major radio station were to pick up your work and they wanted to play it, the first question they'll ask is if you got your PRS number, which is Performance Rights Society. And the Performance Rights Society represents majority, like all the main artists in the UK. Now, even the big names, they all have it. Because the performance rights is what collects the money from all these places.
Yeah.
So every club that you go to has a license and a PRS, which gives them the permission to play music.
Yeah. Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Majority of the shops that shopping center,
Yeah.
they need permission from PRS to play certain music.
My nephew is a DJ.
Yeah.
So I think I was telling to him that I needed a song or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, you there? Oh, uncle. Yeah, you have to. I'm like, yeah. What are you talking about? you play this music, and we go online as well like that.
Yeah.
And I said, I have to have this license now. All right. Yeah. I think
you need all that license to cover you up, especially if you want to be a professional DJ.
I've been seeing your radio studio.
My radio show.
Yeah. So what's been happening there?
That's been on and off. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's been on and off. It's just to fill the time, not to fill the time in as in fill the time for the fun of it, but it's building up. It's adding to a catalog of things that I do. Right. Been on so many local radio stations, and it's time. As I always say, I'm what? I can't complain. But I work 7 days a week. I hardly go out, not because I don't want to, but because the little time I can get, I use it to rest.
Use it to...
Right? So my way of interacting with the world, we spoke about social media not too long ago. Interacting with the world is to do a radio show online. So if I can't go out there, I'm building a platform musically or radio based around what I enjoy doing. You get where I'm coming from?
Yeah.
So I'm not using it on the front that I want to just get into it because other people are doing it. No. Everything I'm doing is pertaining to what I do. So most of the time on my show, I play some of the artists that I've worked with. See where I'm coming from? So I'm creating an opportunity for them as well to be heard.
Okay. So it's not like, I'm playing that. I'm playing Burna Boy.
So I've got a mix. I do play all those artists, but I also throw in the artists that I've worked with.
Okay.
Just to help them understand that what you're doing is valuable.
Yeah.
It's not just a waste of time.
Okay.
There are people listening. Because some of these artists do not know how to approach certain DJs to give their stuff to. You know, like back in the days where you can walk in a club and give a CD.
Yeah.
This time you have to send an email.
Yeah.
Some people are not tech savvy like that.
Yeah.
Right? Some young artists can't even write a CV.
Yeah, definitely.
So how much more put together a professional email? So all these things are stuff that I sometimes tell young people to pattern themselves towards. Like, if you want to do this, you have to learn to do things professionally. If you want to get signed, cool. There's nothing wrong with that. But you still have to learn. So when the time comes where your management is not there to do it and you know you can do it, you just go on to and go, copy them in.
Cool. Yes, subscribe, share, and keep listening. Anything that is Mr. Hunt, we'll be putting it down. And if you also need to drop like a link of music, if you're an artist, if you're a musician, we'll pass it out. We'll pass it back.
I'll be happy to listen to anything. Just send
Also,
it.
yeah, get a book written by the Unspoken.
You know what? I've got a copy of this book, and I must admit, it's got me writing my own what do you call it? I don't even know what to call it, but yeah. It's got me writing my own backdrop. But I mean, and this book is amazing. Yeah, my bro.
Yeah.
Go get this. Go get this.
Last but not the least, what you your like you guys do, what bars will you be spitting next year for us?
Next year, my focus is really the brand. My focus is the brand. Next year, I'm hoping to go to loads of events, and focus on promoting the brand. I've got a couple of artists I'm working with, who are working in a few projects. Some of them producing, some of them just writing, some of them who have just recently started to work on the business side of things musically, sorting out their PRS, registering with certain music societies and getting things done. So hopefully next year they can open doors for themselves. Right? It's not always about someone else opening the doors for you.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to get up and do it yourself, or go through it and gain the experience. You know what I mean? It's I heard something Denzel Washington said, anything worth doing it's worth taking the risk.
Yeah.
And that's the honest truth. I can only hand the little knowledge I've got to those who need it. If they take it, they take it. If they don't, they don't. But next year, that's the plan. Next year, brand, clothing line, few singles here and there. And yeah, just keep it going. That's it.
Are you organizing any shows or charity?
It's crazy. It's crazy you said that. Before lockdown, I was doing loads of that. I was doing loads of open mics here and there. But then I realized that it was a chore. When I say it was a chore, like, as I said, certain artists want it, certain artists don't. You can invite an artist to come and perform on your platform, and yeah, I'll be there. You're giving them a slot, 20-minute slot, and they don't show up. You get me? And it's one of those things, especially when you've done all the promotional work, you put them up there, they're not paying to come and perform, they're getting something to go with to add to their own CV as a musician, and they don't show up for it. It gets a bit frustrating. And as an organizer or as an event planner, sometimes you have to step away for a while to reconfigure yourself. But who knows? Maybe next year I might go back onto it. Nobody knows. If you know what I mean? It might be something I might incorporate with the DJing thing. I might have someone come on the show. I might plan it where artists come on the show and do their little performance. Yeah. And then we stream it. But hey, that's how it goes.
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Hunt.
What's up, my bro?
God bless you.
God bless
for
you.
Coming. Yes, unspoken answers to unspoken questions. Guys, thank you for watching this episode, and also thanking Posh Studio, Posh 203 Studio is giving us this platform as well. Thank you again. We thank you for all the subscribers. It's been, going up and up, but God willing, next year we're hoping to a greater level. So thank you again. God bless you. We'll see you next time.